Paul's letters remain in the 13 books of the Bible, but most of them are letters to churches. However, among them, there are letters such as 1st and 2nd Timothy and Titus, which Paul left necessary words for the children of faith. The letter to Philemon that we read together today is a very short text consisting of only one chapter composed of 25 verses. Philemon was a wealthy man. He had a big house, and in that house, believers in Jesus gathered together and formed a church. Probably because the house was big, there were many servants. If you read Paul's letters, it seems that Philemon was not only a man of faith, but also very considerate of the believers who lived their faith with him. It is said that the believers who lived in Philemon's house were invigorated because of Philemon. When Paul sent a letter to Philemon, who he had met during his missionary journey, he was in prison. But someone got in between Paul and Philemon. It was a man named Onesimus, who was Philemon's servant. The name Onesimus means useful. It was probably given to him in the hope that he would be useful as a servant. Onesimus, for some reason, became useless to his master Philemon. No, he actually became a person who harmed his master, so he ran away. Then he met Paul in prison. Paul told Onesimus about Jesus, and he changed. Onesimus wanted to help and serve Paul in prison and stay with him. But Paul told him to go back to his master, Philemon, and gave him a letter to deliver to his master. According to Roman regulations, when Onesimus, who had run away, returned to his master Philemon, he had to repay the damage he had done to him. Since he had become a useless servant, Philemon could have thrown Onesimus in prison or sold him to someone else. So Paul asks Philemon, if Onesimus had done any damage, he would repay for it. And he was telling Philemon not to see Onesimus as a useful person, but to welcome him as a beloved brother in Christ, and to treat him as he would treat himself. This short letter is Paul's last letter left in the New Testament. The reason this letter was left to us might be because Philemon obeyed Paul's words. He accepted Onesimus as a brother, not a slave. If so, wouldn't the relationship between Philemon and Onesimus, as well as the other slaves in his house, have changed a lot? Everyone, the people of the early church who believed in Jesus, went beyond the master-slave relationship that was taken for granted in the Roman era and created a new relationship in Jesus. Such changed relationships gave life to the hearts of those who believed in Jesus. Isn't it because of those passionate hearts that the faith has been passed down to us today?